Well, I've started thinking about conducting when I was a child, as a boy. And I had that habit of standing in front of the gramophone and waving my hands and imagining how it could be to be a conductor, what that would be like. And I have to confess, later I stopped thinking about conducting for some moment, because I thought, if I'm a musician in the future, I should be a musician who can play some instrument, not only wave hands. But as soon as I got some reason to understand how beautiful the score is and the sounds of the orchestra, and probably finding that my nature, my character, could fit the profession, I realized that would be the ideal one for me. So I was, I think, 15, 16 years old when I decided I would like to try. And since then, I've been trying until this point, hopefully successfully. Well, every position, each of them is of a different kind. The Prague Philharmonia, that's a music director job, so that's the main one. But because our range of concerts in a series, in a main hall, is not so big, I have time to do other things. We tour a lot, we go outside of our country, and we do recordings, etc. But it's not such an amount of time. So I really have time for the other ones. Glyndebourne on tour is finished now. It's been a wonderful time, or it was a wonderful time. I did a lot of great opera work with them, and we fell in love with each other, with the orchestra and the ensemble. So I can say that Glyndebourne in England really made me love opera as nothing else in my life. And Tokyo, I go there twice a year for a couple of programs. That's really a challenge, because we always have interesting programs together of all kinds: Czech music, Slavic music, German music, French music, all of it. And because this Tokyo Metropolitan Symphony Orchestra is really a very flexible ensemble, full of enthusiastic Japanese, I'm always enjoying it. So next time I'm doing the Alpine Symphony, along with some Debussy and other French music. So it's really a fantastic range of work for me. It's a different thing, I must say, to be in a position of a chief conductor somewhere, and to come, especially for the first time, and just guest conduct. It depends what you do. Sometimes I'm very surprised when I do a music of my own country and I come to a foreign country. Sometimes it's really a different perspective I can learn from. It's not always that I'm trying to persuade the orchestra about my own vision. It's always there, but it's not only that. Very often I'm learning myself. It's very interesting to see how different countries' musicians can see my own music. But here in Luxembourg, it's not the case. I'm doing Russian music, so we're really sharing our perspectives with the orchestra. It needs some time to adjust. It needs to be open, because the habits of various different orchestras are really different. And my experience usually says that until the first concert, it's ideal to stay, as I said, stay open and to see where we can really get. And especially if we have more concerts like here, it can be a journey together, and then in the precious moments of performing for public, the relationship between the conductor and the orchestra really gets right. Or wrong, but it's usually right. I try to avoid having one favorite composer. In my life, it's one of the most frequent questions I get: which composers you like most? And I try to avoid the question, because it's truly not the case I would like just one or two or even three. I can say that closer the music is to my country's tradition, the easier it's for me to understand. But it's only speaking about the process of getting close. In the end, I know that I can be very close to music of any nation, country, and so on. And the same is with particular composers of one country. In our program, Shostakovich is a composer which really can bring the deepest experiences for everybody, to everybody. And I'm not an exception. It's exactly the same with me. And I think the Violin Concerto is the most profound work of those three. On the other hand, Borodine, the Second Symphony, is a great fun. It's one of the most original pieces in the whole musical literature, and a discovery always. I'm trying to find the right balance between the eccentricity of the music, because it's really very how to say, very descriptive and literal. It almost has a program, almost visual program, I would say. But at the same time, it needs some sound cultivation and a genuine gentleness into it. And that's a mission I'm trying to follow and accomplish. And Scriabine, you know, Scriabine is a composer still to be discovered fully by myself. But what we play is a very, very short opening work, Rêverie, and it's really, I would almost say, a mood bringer. It's not very ambitious as a piece, but it's very beautiful.